I am going to make some scones for you now. Don't forget to wash your hands first. And then for scones, we need, whoops, wrong one, self-raising flour, butter, sugar, and water for binding. That's all there is to it. Sorry, I'm aware that the sun, keep moving along the kitchen because the sun's coming round and it's lighting me up. So for scones, we are going to put 2 heaped serving spoons of self-raising flour into the bowl, and just have 3 butters. We'll have, whoops, daisy, 3 butters going in there. I should have said as well, with scones, you can either make plain ones or you can add things like sultanas or raisins or glacé cherries, or chocolate chips are quite nice in a scone. So I've actually got some sultanas here as well because that's what I'm going to put in mine. So we're squeezing and tickling again. We're getting rid of all of these lumps. So give it a good going over. Keep you nice and fit. It's better than Joe Wicks. Right, so keep squeezing and squeezing. There's still a few big lumps in here. I think the big lumps are easy to get rid of. It's when you have the smaller lumps, they're a bit more troublesome. Give it a shake, bring all the lumps up to the bottom. Make sure there's no loose flour around the edge. And that's it. That's all of the squeezing and tickling done for this one. So I am going to put some sugar in. So about a tablespoon of sugar's going in, and a little bit more for luck. And I am going to put a handful of sultanas, can you see? So just sort of give them a bit of a squeeze because some of them are stuck together. So sort of spread them out so they're evenly in that. And then using your spoon, mix it all in together. Make sure the sugar's distributed throughout. And then we're going to add some water. You can always add milk as well if you want to. I just tend to add water to make these as dairy-free as they possibly can be when we're doing our cooking. But it doesn't matter, water or milk, it just anything to bring it all together. A little bit more. I've gone a bit mad with the water again, so I'm just going to put a little fraction more self-raising flour in there. It's gone a bit sticky. And bring it all together in a lump. Put my hands in. Give it a squeeze. Get it all away from the edges of the mixing bowl. It's easier to wash up as well if you get as much of it off as you can at this stage. Okay, move my bowl out the way. I've already got some flour. Just move this down a bit. I've already got some flour on my baking sheet. So I'm just going to coat the lump of dough in flour to make it easier to roll. As I said, I've put sultanas in mine, but you put anything in. Up to you. Whatever you've got in the cupboards to use. I hope you'll manage to get flour. Flour's been a problem, hasn't it? I've been quite lucky. A couple of times I've been to Aldi and places and they've had some, so I've just grabbed a bag whenever I can see it. So right, so I've got my bowl with my sultanas in. Get my rolling pin. I'm just going to put a bit of flour on the rolling pin and then just start rolling it out by just moving it around each time. Like this. Now, you don't want this too thin because you want it to be a nice scone consistency, and it will rise as well with the flour. So probably about that thickness. So I've got a slightly smaller cutter. You can use different shapes if you've got hearts or stars or whatever. But I quite like the traditional ones. In fact, I've just used that edge, but I read a tip the other day saying if you use the smooth edge, you get a better rise. So I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to do one with the serrated edge and one with the smooth edge and see what happens. See which ones rise better. So I've got 4 from that little group. Bring it all together. But for this one, I don't think I'm even going to use the rolling pin. I'm just going to use my hands to flatten it down a bit. And I'm going to cut it right from the middle. You'll find that children automatically do that anyway. They always go for the middle of the dough rather than start around the outside. And I've got a teeny tiny bit left, so it's not quite enough to make a scone, but I'm just going to shape it into a circle. And that's it. So I've made 5.5 scones from that mix. So I'm going to put them in the oven. You can coat them with a bit of beaten egg or with some milk if you'd like to, but it really doesn't matter. So let's move them back a bit so you can see. I've run out of baking trays at the moment. I'm doing quite a few cooking videos back to back, so that's why I'm wearing the same clothes. I have got different clothes, but I'm just doing them while I've got everything out because it's just easier. So there's my scones, and as with the previous videos, I will put a picture of the cooked scones and the recipe all together so that you can see it. And happy cooking, and please, please, please send us some photos. Thank you. Stay safe.